HBO Sports presents The Weight of Gold, a revealing documentary exploring the mental health challenges Olympic athletes often face in very personal detail. It debuts tonight at 9 Eastern and Pacific. The film features Michael Phelps, who's also the narrator and executive producer. Lolo Jones, Jeremy Bloom is in there. Bodie Miller, Apollo Ono is also in there. Shaun White is in there. It seeks to inspire the discussion of mental health, encourage help-seeking behavior, and highlight the need for readily available help and support. And Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time, joins us on the program. I'll get to the documentary in a moment, but Michael, have you ever had a job that wasn't swimming related?
I don't think so. I was laughing when you guys were talking about that. No, I don't think I really have done anything but swim, or I guess talk.
But not even a lifeguard?
No. Nope.
Paperboy, mow yards, deliver pizzas?
Nope. No.
You know what you should do? You should do a show where you do some of these jobs for the first time, like chef, mow somebody's grass, postman for a day.
I did mow grass as a kid, and I do cook every day, so I guess those are kind of
okay. All right.
Right? Maybe.
What did you put
I'm
on?
Exploring my options.
What did you put on your taxes for your profession?
My financial advisor filled that out.
But were you? So you didn't even do that. So, do you think he put down swimmer?
Athlete, maybe.
Athlete.
Athlete.
Yeah. All right. This is a powerful documentary, and I know you've been at the forefront of talking about depression, and we don't see this, and I'm glad you brought it to the forefront. You spend all your life to do something, and it could be for 2 minutes. It could be for one race. It could be for just a moment there, and then all of a sudden you have to get on with your life after that. But what has your life been prior to that, other than being just that athlete, was what I took out of it. When did you realize, like kind of who am I now? Because you weren't a swimmer. You'd become Michael Phelps, husband, father. That's a big realization there.
I guess like the biggest thing was really learning to love who I saw in the mirror. As you heard in the documentary, like I truly thought of myself and felt like I was just a swimmer and not a human being and not a person. And that was, I guess a lot because I felt like I couldn't share some of the things that I had carried throughout my career, because in the sports world, like we can't show a weakness. And if we show a weakness, then we're giving something away to our competitors. And that's something that you obviously try to want to stay away from. And it took me a long time to realize that there are other ways to go about this. And I think after competing in my 5th Olympics in Rio and seeing that there were other athletes that were going through similar things, I was startled, shocked, surprised, but also scared, and felt like I needed to step up and try and talk about this, and very thankful to have the other athletes step up and show their vulnerability and share the stories that they have as well.
But you get to that point when you reveal something really personal. And I had gone through something a year ago where I mentioned on the show that I battled depression. And, people think you have everything. Like, what are you depressed about? And then you have to explain to people, depression doesn't know what you've accomplished. It just sort of taps you on the shoulder. But you had you had to have that moment where you go, I'm going public with this.
Yeah, I think for me, it was just like, it was almost just annoying just to kind of have it like keep coming up and feeling like I couldn't deal with it. And I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what, this is who I am, and this makes me. So, I think, once I realized that depression or anxiety is going to be a part of my life forever, I decided to start learning more about it. And that's where, I felt comfortable and safe opening up and talking about my struggles. And I still talk about them today. I'm still going through them today. I'm sure a lot of people are going through similar things during this pandemic as well.
You and Kevin Love have really, I think, opened a lot of people's eyes to this. Ron Artest, going back when he was playing for the Lakers, just to be able to share that so people understand anybody can go through this. It's the question is somebody listening to you, and you have somebody to talk to. I don't know. You probably didn't share this when you were an Olympian with anybody, did you?
No, I mean, I think the first time I really opened was probably, well, I guess it was right before 16. 2014, I opened up in a Sports Illustrated interview with Tim Layden, and whatever question he asked, it triggered something and made me feel safe to open up. And ever since that, I haven't looked back. And truly, I've been able to find that communicating has been the single-handed thing that truly has saved my life. I feel like I learned it later in life than I would have liked to, but at least I learned it. So, communicating for me is something that I try to do more of every single day, because that's the way that I can learn and grow and try to become a better person.
How dark did it get for you?
I mean, a few times it's been pretty dark where, you almost don't want to see, the next day. But, I will say that I think through the journey that I've been through so far, I have been able to experience more during these last 4 to 6 months than I ever could imagine. I feel like going through this pandemic that we're in, where we don't, I guess we have so many uncertainties. I truly feel like I've been able to have challenges placed almost like strategically through this for me to go through, and I feel like my wife and I have really been able to become closer and learn more about, I guess, each other. And I think just the communicating that we've had through this process has been obviously very challenging, but life changing, and something I'm thankful for.
What role do your children play in this?
Oh my gosh, my children, no matter what they do, will automatically bring a pure smile, the biggest smile, joy to my face. They're up right now. I can hear them in the background going crazy, and truly, it's nothing but just absolutely yeah, happiness. I mean, it's sometimes it's frustrating when they press your buttons. My oldest knows how to press mine very well, but
Give me an example. Give me an example.
um, like I guess it's like I remember myself as a kid growing up asking why. Like you ask a question and I don't know the answer to it. So I say, I don't know the answer to it. And he says, why? Like, I don't know. I have no idea why. Like one day you'll understand. But I think it's so awesome to see and to hear the things that they say. I mean, it surprises me every single day.
You got to remove the word why. As a parent, I would remove the word why from my kids' vocabulary. And you have 3, I have 4, but they're grown. And there'd be times I would just say, go ask your mom. Like I didn't know what the answer was. I just say, go ask your mom. And that they'd go ask her. And she said, go ask your dad. Like it was like a game of tennis, with that word back and forth.
Yeah, it's so good.
We're talking to Michael Phelps. The documentary is Weight of Gold. It's tonight at 9 Eastern on HBO, 9 Eastern and Pacific. What would you change about the Olympic system that could help athletes, people become a person in everyday life? Is there something that would stand out?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you hear us talk a lot in the film about it's okay to not be okay. I think that's something that we can all learn and really take to heart. And also, I mean, if you're having a hard time, talk about it. Like I truly was able to see firsthand in Rio how many other athletes were struggling from this. And 80% of people, I would say, coming out of an Olympics will go through some kind of depression. And in the States, it's 1.5 or one out of every 5 go through some kind of mental health struggle. So yeah, it's wild. It's crazy. I mean,
how do you feel that competitive void?
I'm on the golf course a lot, so
okay. All right.
I'm not very good, but I'm still working out, so I'm still challenging myself that way. I work out 6 or 7 days a week still, and trying to get that going. But yeah, I think golf is something that as athletes take on. It's something that is challenging to perfect. So I've had the chance to play with some pretty amazing people out there and learn a lot. So hopefully I can
And
improve my game, but I don't know.
I hear you lose money when you play too.
Yeah, I have a couple times. Handful. Yeah.
Now, do you pay cash to the President Barack Obama, or is it a check, a medal, like a bronze or something?
He was good. He had good hands, man. Oh my gosh, he did not miss a single putt out there. It, it's it. I remember exactly what I lose to each person, so I hope to have the chance to win that back at some point in my life.
Mm.
So if they're listening, I remember it, and I'm coming back for it.
What's the day after the Olympics like?
For me, it was going home. I mean, it's always challenging being on the road for 2 to 3 months. So for me, I want to get out of there. And I remember in Rio, I went right to the hotel room where my wife and son were and spent time with them.
But also, you have all of this build up and all these races, and everybody cares about these sports that they don't care about at any other time other than the Olympics. They're all in. The pressure, the United States. Are you going to have, how many gold medals? There's a lot going on. And then all of a sudden it's over. And then you go, okay, now what?
Now what? Yeah, you basically twiddle your thumbs, and either you're going to start back for another 4 years, or you're going to start the next chapter of your life. And that's either finding a job, or it's hoping to take a catapult off of what you've done in your career. And for me, I'll say fortunate. I've been extremely lucky to have a decent career where, I can take that and help me into the next transition. And
don't do fake humility. You're better than
well,
that.
I mean, looking back, I would have liked another, had another world record or so, but I had a great career. I did. And it was fun. But yeah.
What race bothers you? Because guys with your success, they always talk about the ones that got away. They don't always talk about the ones that they won.
400 IM from 2012, 200 fly from 2012. I'd like to have 100 or 200 back, redo again, and maybe give that world record a chance. I mean, there are a handful of races I would definitely do again.
Did you ever have a perfect race?
Yeah. I mean, I would say the 400 IM from 2008, the 200 free from 08 was pretty good. Yeah, other than that, I can always pick something to pick from a race. Pick apart.
So the Olympics are, pushed back to 2021, and you and Paulie, my producer, have had an ongoing bet about. Paulie thinks you're coming back to swim.
Looking good, Mike.
Yep. It looks like he's in shape, Paulie, right?
Clean.
Will 2021 happen?
I don't know. If it does, will you be there in swimming trunks?
Maybe in the hotel pool.
If you could compete today, could you compete today with the top swimmers in the world?
At this very minute?
Yeah.
Probably not. No.
How about a month? How about 6 months?
No.
Oh, okay. So this is.
I mean, honestly, if I really wanted to do it in a perfect way, I would need minimum 18 to 24 months. It's hard to swimming. You take 1 day, it takes 2 days to get back. So I've been swimming a little bit here and there now, but I don't feel like I know how to swim when I jump in the pool. I feel like I'm just learning again. So I've lost a lot of feel for the water.
Oh man.
If I wanted to, yeah, I feel like I could in 18 to 24 months, but I don't think it's going to happen.
When's the last time you jumped in the pool, even with your kid? Has somebody challenged you? Anytime you jump in the pool, do you have people say, "Come on, let me swim against you"?
I'll have, from time to time, you'll have somebody who will push off as I'm doing a flip turn and try to race you for a 25. So you end up just taking 3 or 4 strokes and pulling away, or I hammer a turn and do 4 or 5 kickouts to make sure that they know that I'm not playing around. Yeah, but it's all the time. I mean, it's nonstop. My kids are in the pool every single day. So they've got a mean streamline right now, and Boomer's got some nice freestyle going.
That's great. Hey, it's great to talk to you. And I know it sounds strange to say this, Michael, but you know what? We may look back on what you've done with this more than what you did in a pool. And
I hope so. I mean, I honestly, I think, this is, in my opinion, bigger than anything I've ever done in the pool. Bigger than winning a gold medal. And honestly, I know how hard it is to go through something like this, and I've dealt with it for a long time, and I still go through it. So, the people who are out there, struggling, you're not alone. You got somebody sitting in Arizona, pretty much every day that has some kind of struggle. So, keep your head up, and one step after another, and ask for help. It's something that truly did save my life, and hopefully we can really start to lower the suicide numbers.
The Weight of Gold, it's a revealing documentary. It's powerful, and it's not just Michael talking about this. Jeremy Bloom, Lolo Jones is in there, Gracie Gold, Bodie Miller, Apollo Ono is in there, and Michael is the executive producer, the narrator, and it seeks to inspire discussion of mental health and encourage help-seeking behavior, and that's really what Michael's getting to. Boy, it's great when you have somebody who will just sit and listen to you, because there are times when you feel like nobody understands exactly what you're going through. So, Michael, it's great to talk to you again. Swimming starts in a year and 4 days in the Olympics, Paulie?
Just throwing it out there. I saw the schedule.
Okay. I think Michael's retired. I do. Would you swim Paulie, my producer?
Would it be a swimming race?
It would. Well, what constitutes a race? This isn't a Katie Ledecky. I'm going to beat you by an entire lap or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could set something up. It could be interesting.
How about floaties?
I could deck you out with some great MP gear.
Paulie would wear that.
I would wear that. Michael, have you ever raced like a 12-meter medley? Because that's kind of my max.
I don't know if I would take a breath. I think I would just shoot to the other side of the pool.
How long can you go without taking a breath?
Well, I'll answer the question, but I have to say I don't do it very often because it's not safe. But when I do it, it's because I've been practicing. I can probably go 100 meters underwater, up and back in a 50-meter pool. But that's just, honestly, again, we've spent a lot of time in the water, and I'm probably more comfortable in that pool or in water than I am on land.
Paulie, you want to wear nose plugs?
Does MP make nose plugs, Mike? I get a little in my nasal.
I don't think Phelps has a nose plug, but I mean, we could probably find one for you.
We'll get the synchronized swimmers. They have those little.
Yeah. There you go. What stroke would you go with, though?
Yeah, what would you go with, Paulie?
I don't have any. I would have to watch some tape. I would probably do backstroke, because then I could actually breathe.
Do we have odds on this?
Oh, I don't think Vegas is going to touch this, Michael. I don't think Vegas will. Can we bound your legs, your feet, and have you swim? Can we put cement shoes on
a
you?
Suit of
Michael?
armor.
Yes,
that
suit of armor.
A good handicap there. Yeah.
Hey, great to talk to you. Good luck with the documentary, and happy for you with the kids as well. Thank you, Michael.
Cheers, buddy. Chetson.
That's Michael Phelps. He's not coming back, Paulie. He is not coming back. You're going to lose your bet there. The documentary is Weight of Gold. It's tonight at 9 Eastern and Pacific.